गाड़ी मुझे दिख गई, मुझे दिमाग में क्या है, मुझे गाड़ी को ओवरटेक मारना. Maybe I didn't hear my navigator's call clearly, and there was an extreme left. अब extreme left जो था, it was when we are doing cornering, there's a term called apex.
हाँ.
Apex होता है the center of the road.
Correct.
That is apex. तो हम apex पे चलते हैं.
हाँ.
और cornering पे we do a little right if it is left turn extreme, little right and then take the apex.
Correct.
तो हल्का सा
to take the longer trajectory.
Yeah.
हाँ.
We go out and in.
Yeah.
अब उस रोड में एक और गलती जो थी, if you see the video, I'll show you later. It was a newly laid up road, very wide tarmac, and there was a three white lines होती है रोड में.
हाँ.
एक लेफ्ट वाली होती है, एक सेंटर वाली होती है, एक राइट वाली होती है. वो सेंटर वाली लाइन जो थी, वो सेंटर वाली लाइन वाज गोइंग इनटू द खाई. It's very difficult for people to understand, जब कोई कहता है ना, तो I joke with them. I said, somebody has said, bullfighting and motorsports are the only two sports. Rest are all games. You should take this tagline.
That's a good one.
So people only understand games.
हाँ.
They won't understand sports.
Now that you just mentioned, we were just talking about FMSCI. अभी आपने जो बताया उसी से, I mean, although I was planning to ask this question to you later, but I'll ask it now only. That आपके पास इतना solid experience है अब rallying का, and I'm sure there would have been times कि आपके मन में भी आया होगा यार कि FMSCI के बारे में कई सारी चीज़ें हैं that if you were one of the, let's say, policy makers in FMSCI, you would have definitely made some changes. Could you probably, I would say, talk your brains out on that what kind of changes would you want to make, as if at all you were in FMSCI, as a part of FMSCI, for the rallying community?
Well, that's a difficult question to answer, but yeah. See, FMSCI is governed by FIA.
Sure.
FIA is the international organization which governs all the rallies around the world.
Okay.
FIA is Federation International Automobile, based
Okay.
in, like we have BCCI and ICC.
Correct.
Which ICC controls and BCCI is India. So FMSCI is Indian club, and then it is governed by FIA.
Right.
That's how all the equipment which we use has to be approved by FIA. Be it rally suit or inners or the shoes or the helmets, everything has to be
Even the
certified.
cars. Even the cars.
The safety equipment on the cars has to be as per FIA specs.
Correct.
So, see, what FMSCI is doing is, I think they're doing a good job. There's nothing which I can pinpoint.
Okay.
But I would say that, in North India, some rallies are, because see, FMSCI is presently concentrated more on Indian National Rally Championship. If I take into consideration the cars, there is the FIM also.
Okay.
Which is the motorcycle category, which also comes, FMSCI is also part of that. So if I take, forget about motorcycles, I am talking of cars here. So FMSCI is more concentrated on, I would say, South Indian rallies, for example.
Okay.
Because there are more events happening there.
Okay.
In North India, there are not many events happening. Raid De Himalaya is over, Desert Storm is not happening. We only have now Sajoba and the Rally of Himalayas, which happens in October. So in the whole year, you have this much. So maybe, FMSCI should try to, I would say, try to promote what a rally is. If I ask Unfortunately, if I, but it's a real truth. If I ask any somebody on the roadside if what a rally is, somebody will say political rally. Somebody say मैं भी चलाता हूँ, मैं भी ले गया था अभी गाड़ी लेके. So he thinks it's a childish play to drive in a rally. So they think मैं गाड़ी चला के गया था तो that's also a rally. So they don't actually know what a rally is or a race is. What kind of effort is required. So FMSCI should maybe, if you ask people in South India, they still know what rallies are, what car races are. North India mein, what about North? I mean, I'm saying West, North, or East. Apart from South India, people don't actually know what rallies are. So I think FMSCI would, if the question you asked me, if I was in FMSCI, I would try to educate people or maybe promote more rallies in North. Unfortunately, as I don't know if I should say this or not, but yes, it's also a sad truth that rallying in North India is going down day by day. People are not so much enthusiastic because of certain regulations, for example, but which is necessary also. I mean, if I take into consideration the rally safety equipment, for example. If, for example, you want to go into rallies tomorrow, even if you have the expertise, you have to have so many things which are expensive. For example, first your own safety equipment. For example, forget about the car. Even if you take the car on rent, your own safety equipment. For example, if you participate in a rally, you have to have the minimum requirement is a FIA suit, shoes, socks, innerwear, balaclava, helmets and gloves. So all these things would be costing at least 3 to 4 lakh rupees.
Oh wow.
अब वो बंदा बोलेगा यार मेरे को पता नहीं आगे रैली करूँगा कि नहीं, तो मैं ये सामान पहले खरीदेंगे कहाँ से, उसको पहले ये नहीं पता होगा. अब पता भी लग गया तो to invest that much of money, why should I invest? So maybe FMSCI should try and educate people why this is there, what a rallying is about. Maybe have workshops, for example, for people who are enthusiastic. See, when I came to rallies, I didn't know how to come into rallies. I was lucky enough that I participated somewhere and I met somebody there, and it's not easy to just go. If I think about rallying, I know I'll take my car and go into rallies. No. So you have to prepare a car, you have to know how to do it, you have to know how to go about it, who to contact, blah blah blah, lot of things. So रैली करनी है, किसको कांटेक्ट करना है, कहाँ से गाड़ी बनानी है, मैं करना चाहता हूँ लेकिन करूँगा कैसे?
स्ट्रक्चर्ड नहीं है वो.
स्ट्रक्चर नहीं. सो एज आई सेड, साउथ इंडिया में पीपल नो, नॉर्थ इंडिया में नहीं पता किसी को.
राइट.
आज की डेट में किसी को भी रैली करनी, एक्सट्रीम रैली की बात कर रहा हूँ, TSG तो कोई भी कर सकता है. एक्सट्रीम रैली में किसको कैसे करना है नहीं पता किसी को.
मेरे लिए भी है कि कल अगर मुझे रैली करनी है तो टू बी वेरी ऑनेस्ट विद यू, आई विल ईदर कम टू यू और प्रॉब्ली टॉक टू अमन.
एट लीस्ट यू नो मी, आई विल गाइड यू. देयर मे बी समबडी हु डजंट नो एनीबॉडी.
या एब्सोल्युटली.
तो वो कहाँ, अगर अनफॉर्चुनेटली अगर आप FMSCI को लिखोगे भी, इट्स वेरी डिफिकल्ट टू गेट अ रिप्लाई.
ओह,
दैट्स अनदर प्रॉब्लम. सो somebody has to, I mean, they have to be proactive.
Okay.
Proactiveness always helps.
Understood.
And since it is the only body in India controlling motorsports,
They should.
They should try to bring in youngsters, educate them. Like for example, we spoke about Kashmir. So there was an autocross happening there. I was there. People are very enthusiastic. But unfortunately, nobody from Kashmir has come into rallying apart from me, because I was in Delhi. I could. अब कश्मीर में किसी को, people are enthusiastic. I know people are really. There are some good drivers also. I know them. But वो कैसे रैली करेंगे? So there may be many people like that.
Yeah. Okay.
So FMSCI has to be proactive. Approach has to be there for them to see how more and more people come into motorsports.
And let's say if I ask you right now as a complete noob in this thing, that if I want to rally tomorrow, I mean, let's forget about the fact that मैं आपको जानता हूँ या किसी को भी जानता हूँ, तो आज की डेट में मुझे क्या करना होगा? What should be my stepping stones? Where should I go? Whom should I ask? और what should be the first thing I do? Even if I just decide that I want to rally, तो अब क्या करना है मुझे?
So the good thing about present situation is we have internet.
Okay.
When I started, there was not much awareness about internet and other things. So you can always Google.
Yeah.
You get information. You will come to know about people who are into rallying. Maybe you know somebody or you don't know. And I'm sure people who are into motorsports would be more than willing to help. Suppose you call me, even if I don't know you, you will tell me, I'm so and so, I want to talk to you about, I want to come to rally. I get calls like this. Reference from somebody to somebody, or maybe some friend is telling me that I want to go into rallying. What should I do? So we are always willing to help. We'll always tell them the steps, how to do it. But if somebody is asking me, if you ask me that I want to go for rallying, I will always tell you, don't go for rallying straight away. First, try to go into autocrosses.
Okay.
Because that is, as I said initially also, that an autocross is a stepping stone. You actually know, because a rally, for example, if it is not cross country, even INRC is like a extended version of a autocross.
Okay.
So in autocross, you may be driving 2 to 3 kilometers on track. There you drive 20 kilometers. But you have the same kind of turns and corners, and how to take a corner, how to go into a corner, go out from the corner, where to brake, where not to brake. So how fast you can go into a corner, how fast you can go out. So that, because in straight roads, you don't make time actually. Everybody can drive fast on a straight road. So the time you make is on corners actually.
Corners.
How fast you can traverse a corner. तो कॉर्नर को आपने कैसे निकालना, वो ऑटोक्रॉस सिखाओगे. तो सबसे पहले आपको ऑटोक्रॉस करना चाहिए. कहीं पे भी ऑटोक्रॉस हो रहा है.
Okay.
Then obviously, you know, if you want to ask me how one can go into rallying, is you obviously have to make a car.
Okay.
So car कहाँ से बनानी, we can always help you.
Yeah.
There are people
Yeah.
who make rally cars.
हाँ.
So how you can do about it, how you can go about it. उसके बाद obviously you want to go again further, go for a FMSCI license, which is not difficult. You have to go to FMSCI website, download the forms and everything.
Okay.
So as I said, it's easier now.
I think
उस time तो download का कोई system नहीं था.
Correct. तो and I think ऊपर से from what I have observed is कि once you go for an autocross, वहीं पे आपको इतनी जनता मिल जाएगी.
Exactly. That's another thing. That's another thing.
Yeah.
So आपको वहीं पे काफी लोग मिल जाएंगे जो आपको help करेंगे. Just I went to rallying because of an autocross. I met people there. So I am a live example.
हाँ.
So उसमें ये है कि आपको, like you rightly said, you will meet people who will help you more. तो वो एक stepping stone हो जाता है. और autocross does happen. For example, you're in Gurgaon this time. Off and on, every few months there's an autocross happening somewhere.
Yeah.
So और आजकल सोशल मीडिया से पता लग ही जाता है.
Correct.
And once you are into that, once you are in one of the groups who is doing motorsport, फिर आपको पता लग ही जाता है. So once you have to go in, and once you are in, तो फिर पता लग ही जाता है.
Okay. Quick question. Considering you've done autocrosses and rallies like for the past, I don't know, over a decade now, total number of trophies कितनी हो गई होंगी अब आपके पास?
I have not counted them, but should be more than 100.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So the most interesting question now. Tell me about the most traumatic experience आपका कभी हुआ हो, किस rally में था, what was that, what exactly happened, what went wrong, and what was the climax, what did the climax look like?
See, I think if you talk of traumatic experience, there are many. I would say, boy, traumatic experiences, you prepare for a rally, and the preparation goes into months. For example, the next rally I would be participating, hopefully, would be a Rally of Himalayas in October.
Okay.
So I have to start preparing from August maybe. Okay. I have to send my car, get it prepared, see what is to be done, where things are to be improved. So the preparation starts from maybe 1 or 2 months. You make the car, you prepare for it, you go for the rally. You're in the rally. And in your opinion, your car is good and you are ready for, obviously you go for a podium. Because that is the reward which you get actually. And if you're in the rally and after maybe one day or one stage or two stages, something happens to your car, the engine breaks down or suspension breaks down or something happens, so you are a DNF. So that is one traumatic experience. Is you do all this for a few months and in one or two stages you're out. तो आपका सारा एफर्ट खत्म हो गया. So that time you feel sad about it. यार इतने महीने से मेहनत की है और for some reason गाड़ी खराब होगी, आपने कंप्लीट नहीं. So that's one kind of trauma. Like recently I did one rally in Bikaner, and there was first night stage. Prepared car. Due to some reason, engine was newly built up. 4 kilometers in the first stage, the engine went off.
Went off as in?
I mean seized, because उसका जो water pump था वो नहीं चला. होता है rallies में. So all this preparation of few months, one stage, 4 kilometers, you're out. So that's these kind of experiences are traumatic. Then I had once an accident also, which was a major accident, but God was kind, so nothing happened to me. But yeah, that was also I don't know traumatic or not, but it was an experience.
वो ट्रॉमेटिक तो अब सोचो उस बारे में तो लगता है उस टाइम
Of course. I mean, it's
हुआ
more.
क्या था? What
I would
exactly
say, see, these kind of things are more traumatic for the family than for me. You know, when they come to know about it, you know, because I'm pursuing my passion. You know, but I would always give full marks to my family and my wife. They still allow me to do it.
You're giving them marks?
Yeah. Because see, for me, as I said, I'm doing something which is I'm pursuing my passion. I want to do it because I'm passionate about it. फिर वो भूल जाता है. But obviously, you know, the family does not know what we are doing. And see, desert rallies are okay. I mean, it's not so dangerous. But yeah, mountain rallies are dangerous.
But tell me about it. What exactly happened in that? वो हुआ क्या था?
Well, see, it's part of rallying, I would say. You're driving on roads at speeds where you don't even imagine you will be driving that kind of speed. It can happen. It has happened with many drivers. And that, if you talk of this particular incident, I would say that I think it was last stage of the rally.
Oh, okay.
It was last stage, and we were climbing on the Shinkula Pass.
Okay.
And I was running 4th.
Okay.
At the start of the stage, and I had one Gypsy ahead of me, and I had 2 Vitaras.
Okay.
One was Sunny Sidhu was running first. Then I don't remember who was second. Another Vitara and one Gypsy. So I was running forward. So my target was first to overtake the Gypsy, who was I think 20 seconds ahead of me before that.
Okay.
So within I think 8 kilometers, I overtook the Gypsy. So once I overtook the Gypsy, I was obviously pelting. And after a few kilometers, I saw the Vitara. So it's like, it's like एक शेर को हिरन दिख जाता ना, तो अब तो टारगेट होता हो, अब आपको कुछ नहीं दिखता. यू आर बेसिकली वेयरिंग ग्लेयर्स.
हाँ.
तो आपको वो गाड़ी दिख गई, अब उसको ओवरटेक मारना.
Okay.
तो अब see what happens in rallies. You should never lose concentration. That's a very, very important thing, because your concentration is, as I said, your reflexes have to be very, very sharp. Your concentration has to be 100%. Because you are driving at that speed, you are looking at the road, you're looking at the turns, and we have to have 2 visions. One is near and one is far also, that kind of thing.
हिरन तो दूर ही है.
And you have to listen to your navigator, you cannot miss his calls.
Sure.
But हो जाता कभी-कभी, when you're अब क्या है, गाड़ी मुझे दिख गई, अब मुझे दिमाग में क्या है, मुझे गाड़ी को ओवरटेक मारना है. Maybe I didn't hear my navigator's call clearly. and there was the extreme left. अब extreme left जो था, that was it was when we are doing cornering, there's a term called apex.
हाँ
Apex होता है the center of the road.
Correct.
That is apex. तो हम apex पे चलते हैं.
हाँ
और cornering पे we do a little right if it is left turn extreme, little right and then take the apex.
Correct.
तो वो हल्का सा
to take the longer trajectory.
yeah
हाँ
we go out and in.
yeah
अब उस रोड में एक और गलती जो थी, if you see the video I'll show you later, it was a newly laid up road, very wide tarmac, and there was a three white lines होती है रोड में.
हाँ
एक लेफ्ट वाली होती है, एक सेंटर वाली होती है, एक राइट वाली होती है. वो सेंटर वाली लाइन जो थी, वो सेंटर वाली लाइन वाज गोइंग इनटू द खाई. सो मैंने शायद उसकी कॉल नहीं सुनी. आई डोंट नो व्हाट हैपेंड दैट टाइम एक्चुअली. सो ही टोल्ड मी डबल कॉशन एक्सट्रीम लेफ्ट. तो मैंने वो एपेक्स देखा, मुझे लगा वहीं से लेफ्ट है. एक्चुअली इट हैपेंड दैट वे. सो इट वाज एक्चुअली गोइंग स्ट्रेट. इट वाज एक्सट्रीम लेफ्ट and onto the dirt, and this road was maybe 50 meters and that extreme left was 10 meters, very small road. वो दिखा नहीं मुझे.
oh shit
But then when I realized what had happened, being an off-roader, I mean, I did protect myself because of being an off-roader. Because if I had tried to turn, the vehicle would have toppled from the top. If you see the video, I knew I was going straight, so I went straight. I thought I'll go straight because off-roading में करते रहते हैं. So I thought I'll go straight, slowly I'll go down. If I brake, I went straight, not sideways. अगर sideways आता तो ऊपर से topple होती. Unfortunately, there was a big boulder, so I tried to protect myself, but then वहाँ पे, because it was like this,
okay
so वहाँ पे फिर topple होगी गाड़ी.
my god
But it happens, part of rallying, we say. Every time we win a rally, it's an amazing moment. It's a happy moment, and but the sweetest I would say was number one. The first rally I won in 2015, Desert Storm, in my category. That was 1.6 liter.
Okay.
I was driving a Baleno engine, and then. When I won, when I was overall winner of Dune Cross.
okay
That was also one of the very amazing wins.
Dune Cross was I think an off-road event, no, or a rally event?
It was off-road plus speed event.
okay
Yeah, so it was like that.
okay
But yes, the most satisfying one was the Raid De Himalaya, as I said already.
okay
The first one was this among because it was I was competing with top guns of rallying who had been rallying since years and years, and it was 2017 when I won this. So it was just a few years after I started, and then coming overall second after Suresh Rana, who is obviously the legend of rallying in India. But it was more sweet because I was driving as a privateer, number one, without any sponsors,
okay
and in a Gypsy. Other people were driving Vitaras and Gypsies also, but yeah, much more powerful Gypsies, I would say. That time I was driving a 1.3 liter T1, a normal 1.3 liter, but modified.
okay
But then there were people driving with turbos and 1.6 Baleno engines, and I was not really knowing much कि Gypsy में कितनी power ला सकते हैं, because there are many I would say people who have been rallying since years and years and years, since 20 years, 25 years, 30 years. So they have obviously more experience than me.
okay
But every day is a learning experience.
sure
Yeah, so this was one of the most satisfying moments for me. It was quite well accepted.
okay
And then when I won, I participated in the International Rally Championship first time in 2020, just after
Oh
COVID,
wow.
and in the Gypsy category, and I won the championship.
Where was this?
The championship, there were International Rally Championship. So
Acha.
I was a champion.
Indian
in Gypsy,
National
yeah.
Rally Championship. Oh, I heard International.
No,
Rally
Indian
Championship. Okay,
National
okay.
Rally Championship, which
Okay.
was just after COVID. So it was also very satisfying moment that the first time I participated in the International Rally Championship and I won it.
Oh wow.
So that was also very good, very satisfying, and but I would say each rally where we are on the podium, it's satisfying in its own way, because every rally is important in its own way.
Okay.
Sajoba rally is the first one. It's one of my favorite rallies. Sajoba, it has been my favorite rally because I started with Sajoba and it has given me some good moments.
Okay.
And in the last few years, I've been winning in my category all through. Even this year, I was overall third and winner in my category. So God has been kind. I mean,
Okay.
I would be one of the senior most rally drivers in the circuit. Rest are all the. But as I said, age is just a number, and I hope to be rallying for some more years. So, but I really wish that Desert Storm and Raid De Himalaya come back because they are really excellent rallies to participate in.
So on that note, tell me something. What next are you planning? Because I'm sure आपने DS कर ली, आपने Raid कर ली, you've done Sajoba, you've done n number of rallies, different kinds of rallies, and that too multiple times. I'm sure in terms of evolving yourself as a rally driver for whatever X number of years you want to continue rallying, what are you planning to do something different in times to come? Something that you're planning in terms of, I don't know, maybe a different vehicle or different kind of rally or probably a faster machine or something like that?
Frankly, yes, I have thought about it
Okay.
to maybe get a better vehicle because Gypsy, though it's my favorite car, it has its limitations. You can't do more than what I'm doing now. So we thought about maybe a Jimny,
Okay.
but for some reason it's nobody is bringing it into the rally circuit. Though I think it's a good car to be driven in a rally if it is made properly. But since nobody is making it yet, so I don't know. Firstly, who will prepare it for a rally? So that can be one option, I would say. In 404 category, we don't have anything else. A Thar could have been an option, but nobody has brought it in the rally circuit yet. Nobody is talking about it. Maybe it is expensive first. As I said, it's sometimes difficult to be driving as a privateer. Though I have had sponsors in cross country rallies, Harji Motorsports is sponsoring me partially,
Okay.
and they have been supporting us for a long time. And then in South Indian rallies, also sometimes in North Indian rallies, we have Mr. Vamsi Medla, who is really supporting motorsports. He's from South India.
Okay.
And he's really supporting youngsters, newcomers in the rallies, and it's really appreciable.
What's his name again?
Vamsi Medla,
Okay.
VMCYMERLA. That's why you see on my Gypsy also there's a sticker called VM.
Okay.
So he's really supporting youngsters.
Okay.
But I see many, for some reason, I don't know. I know many people who are sponsored, mainly in INRC, but I won't say they are bad drivers, but they are good drivers. But they may not be sorry, I'm not getting the right word. I don't want to denigrate anybody.
Huh.
But I would say that if I talk of Sanjay Razdan, I think I have achieved enough in my rallying career that people should sponsor. But I see people sponsoring drivers who have not really proven themselves yet, but they get sponsorship. Or maybe nowadays people want to support either friends or friends of friends, or somebody who is I won't twist my words. Somebody who is like trying to run after them, which I don't want to do at this level of my.
Of course.
I don't want to sound arrogant, but yes, I have achieved a little bit in my motorsports career. So I don't want to run after people and asking sponsorship. I have been rallying for all these years on my own with the, as I said, some sponsorship from Harrowing Motorsport. They have been supported, but that's not enough. If you see, unfortunately, Maruti is no longer in motorsport circuit. They used to be sponsoring, and full sponsors. They are not sponsoring now because they don't have vehicles actually, which are
possibly can be used for rallying.
No, they have vehicles, but they don't have vehicles which we are taking into rallies and available in the market. For example,
correct, exactly.
Presently the main two vehicles in cross country rallies are Vitara and Gypsy.
Gypsy, correct.
And both the vehicles are obsolete. As long as they don't bring in more cars, Jimny could have been a very good option. Or even the new Grand Vitara, which is all-wheel drive, could have been a good option. But for some reason, maybe their marketing people would be knowing better. These two cars could be a good option for rallying. A Jimny, if it is prepared well. Maybe Maruti should take the lead and maybe make one car as a rally car. When they started sponsoring Gypsies or Vitaras, they had factory teams, so they can take the lead and maybe try to build a rally car on a Gypsy, on a Jimny, or a Grand Vitara all-wheel drive, which are good cars, powerful cars. And I'm sure they would be having some marketing budget for it. But why they are not coming with something like that, I don't know. I really fail to understand.
And I feel even if, so I'll just say something that I have in mind right now, like while you were talking about this, that पहले क्या था जैसे अब Gypsy and all तो you could get for a very reasonable price and stuff. तो उससे क्या है कि let's say even tomorrow if I buy a Gypsy तो I feel that ठीक है यार, it's not too much of money also, so you can play around with it, fiddle around with it and figure out कि FMSCI के हिसाब से एक rally prepped गाड़ी बन कैसे सकती है. But आज के डेट में I think how much does a Grand Vitara cost, the new one? What, 20 odd lakhs?
You mean the new one?
The new one.
Yeah, about 20, the base category.
तो अगर कोई 20-25 लाख रुपए खरीद के गाड़ी मतलब दे के गाड़ी खरीद रहा है तो उसको वो खुद अपने दम पे एक तो रैली प्रेप करना चाहे भी तो शायद नहीं पंगे लेना चाहेगा उसके साथ. That's one thing also.
That's one thing is this. Second thing is who will bell the cat? कि भाई मैं गाड़ी लाऊंगा ही चलेगी कि नहीं?
Correct.
जब तक कोई प्राइवेटर नहीं कर सकता. अगर मेरे को कोई स्पॉन्सर करता है, चलो जी, even if I have to spend half of the money, I'll spend it. I don't mind it. But somebody has to help me build that car and from how to build it. So because these cars are all now all cars are electronic, computerized. So even if you bring a Jimny and you prepare it, कहीं पे कोई तार इधर उधर हो गई, then again you have to go to the factory. So there has to be a factory team.
Yeah.
So they have to give the support. Like for example, when Polaris came into rallying circuit, they had factory support. That's how they succeeded initially. Unfortunately, they also have they are no longer supporting Polaris drivers. But when they supported, it was a factory team. I'll give you one example. It's a very funny example. When I had the Nissan X-Trail, for example, it was a very good car. Powerful car, small. I had thought about bringing that into a rally circuit.
And that was an all-wheel drive, if I remember. Haan.
All-wheel with a 4x4.
4x4, okay.
And then I wrote to Nissan in Chennai, no reply. And then I sent him a reminder. I got a call. I said, I have a Nissan X-Trail. I will spend money to build it into a rally car, but I need your support. Because the parts were very expensive. Plus the know-how. For example, I take it, who will give me the service support? It has to be from the factory, you know, because a normal rally service team cannot give support to a car which is computerized.
Sure.
They need to have proper equipment and all this. So I got a reply that, you know, we don't have any budgets to support the. And I told them, you know, you are supporting the Nissan and Peugeot and Renault. They have their teams, and Renault and Nissan is one company. I said, you have a team in international rally circuits. I travel around the world. I know that. But they wrote me a reply that we don't have any budgets, and I was so upset and angry. I wrote them a reply that you can sponsor Salzburg serial, but you cannot sponsor a car rally where you can obviously, you know, make some name in the market.
Of course.
So this is the kind of scenario in India, because if you see, globally, if you see world rally circuit or even local rallies happening in Europe, they have all Toyota has a team. Even in the major rallies in the world, they have Toyota has a team, Nissan has a team, Peugeot has a team, some other car companies have a team. They have their own teams. But in India, do you see any motor car manufacturer supporting rallies? No, except Maruti.
Correct.
To a certain till a few years back. But now nobody is doing it. That is the reason motorsports is not coming into seriously into India.
And I to personally feel that अगर ये करते भी हैं, like OEMs, in fact I was about to talk to you about this, that OEMs, let's say talking about the X-Trail that you have, had Nissan और I think अभी फिर से X-Trail लेके आएगा, they're in talks. अगर लेके आते हैं and they push some money into the budgets, push some money into their whatever planning for sponsoring motorsport events and bringing like a rally spec version of X-Trail and then marketing the living daylights out of it, people will buy it. People daily commuters, because आज की डेट में लोग जब गाड़ी खरीदते हैं उनके माइंड में ड्यूरेबिलिटी लॉन्जेविटी होती है, एंड द मोमेंट दे सी दैट दिस मशीन इज बीइंग यूज्ड एट दीज फॉर दीज काइंड ऑफ थिंग्स, द डैम थिंग इज डैम ड्यूरेबल.
See, basically, maybe it's the fault lies also in Indian psyche. आप फॉर एग्जाम्पल टोयोटा एक गाड़ी लेने को जाता है, Toyota Fortuner, I think India would be one of the few countries where Fortuner is a 4x2 and you call it a SUV. So I mean,
ouch.
I mean, you even call a Creta an SUV, or
you even call a Maruti Espresso an SUV.
So you can well imagine. So people like Toyota Gazoo has a team, even in Dakar they have a big team. They have a budget, they have everything. But in India, Toyota does not want to really even look at motorsports. There has to be some kind of a promotion. Why, unfortunately, motorsports is dying in India is this is the reason. Maybe not in South. Again, I am repeating. In other parts of India, people don't know what motorsports is. You don't have any good drivers from. Though when in INRC North Indian drivers go, they win the rallies there. But we have the best navigators or co-drivers are from South India. There are some very good drivers from South India also. Because वहाँ पे है, they have circuits. MMRT is there in Chennai. They have a circuit. वहाँ पे काफी events होते हैं. Madras motor racing track वहाँ पे है. They have a rally track in Coimbatore. So if you ask even Bangalore के आसपास भी they have tracks. So if you ask even a common man in South India, Karnataka or Tamil Nadu or even Kerala में off-roading is very, very popular. If you see in the Rainforest Challenge, there are so many drivers coming from Kerala.
Yeah.
So South India में है थोड़ा बहुत. North India में nobody knows what rallying is. There are very, very few drivers and it's dying day by day, unfortunately, but it's true. And it's a sad part. I mean, when I started rallying in 2012, तो उस time पे a few drivers I know started also with me, except one, Himanshu is still there.
Okay.
But rest, I don't see any new driver coming in, or somebody who started with us being still in the rally circuit. सब एक दो साल चलाते हैं, फिर obviously they can't continue. One reason is no sponsorship. Second reason is no. अब many people ask me, यार आप रैली करते हो, इतने पैसे खर्च करते हो, आपको कितने पैसे मिलते हैं वापस? मैंने कि पैसे क्यों मिलेंगे? नहीं, आप रैली करते हो ना. मैंने हम पैसे के लिए नहीं करते. It's for the joy of what we are doing, the passion. And yes, trophy मिलती तो we feel good about it. It's a reward for us. It's for the honor. तो लोगों को ये चीज़ समझ नहीं आती, यार इतने पैसे तुम खर्च करते हो, तोड़ते हो गाड़ियाँ, फिर वापस आके फिर बनाते हो गाड़ी, फिर तोड़ते हो, उससे क्या फ़ायदा मिलता है? So people don't understand this thing, you know, like it's very difficult for people to understand, you know. जब कोई कहता है ना, तो you know, I joke with them. I said, somebody has said, you know, bullfighting and motorsports are the only two sports. Rest are all games. You should take this tagline.
That's a good one.
So people only understand games.
हाँ.
They won't understand sports. तो आपको क्रिकेट खिलाओ, आपको हॉकी खिलाओ. So आपको वो चीज़, and unfortunately, motorsport is not a. I mean, yeah, track racing is a spectator sport, but extreme rallying or cross country rallying is not a spectator sport because you go into very extreme areas.
Yeah.
Far-flung, remote areas, extreme conditions,
Yeah.
and you know you're driving in places where you don't find many people. Otherwise, you
Of
can't
course.
drive.
Yeah.
So that is also one of the reasons. But yes, it's for the passion of it.
Wow. I think it's been a very long and great conversation. And abhi bhi, to be very honest, bhaiya, I have thousands of questions that I can keep shooting at you. But I guess for now, it's already a lot for me to absorb also what you're saying. Although, I mean, of course, I do understand because we've been off-roading together for quite a while now. So I understand exactly what you're saying. But after, like, this is the first time I'm actually listening to you talk about your experiences. So अब बहुत सारे questions हैं, मैं चाहूँ तो भी 3 घंटे और खींच सकता हूँ. But I'll choose to keep that for another time. And thank you so much. I think people will, God willing, you know, more and more people watch this video of you talking about your experiences, and they will learn so much about what they are in for the moment they get into the world of rallying, what to look for when you enter into rallying, how to start your you know, journey into rallying, be it a passion or profession, what kind of things might stop them, like things you spoke about, sponsorships and stuff, how important it is to have a strong financial backing. So, I mean, great conversation, and I really look forward to the next one. But thank you so much, Bhaiya. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Aradhya, for giving this opportunity. Before we close, I would take this opportunity also to, you know, thank everybody because this is the first podcast I'm doing with you. So I would not leave this opportunity not to be able to thank people who have been the reason for me to be in motorsports. First and foremost, I have to thank North Indian Off-Road Club because that was the stepping stone into rallying, because that's what, when I started rallying. Then I have to thank Amanpreet Ahluwalia, who has helped me a lot, build my first car.
Okay.
And obviously, people who have been there, sponsored me, like Harji Motorsports, Mr. Anil Wadia, then Mr. Vamsi Medla, who has been also very supportive. And all the people who have been with me in this journey, and last but not the least, my family back home, who are always on tenterhooks when I'm rallying, but they don't say anything to me because they know I won't listen.
अब उनको भी पता है कि आप जाओगे ट्रॉफी लेके आ जाओगे.
Yeah, that's another plus point. Of course, I'm sorry, I forgot his name. Yeah. So Karan has been with me, and he's also been a big reason for all the trophies you see. And it's a team, and without, I don't really think I'll be able to do a rally without him now, because it's a very strong bond which we share. No doubt, since the very big I would say plus point with him is that he's quite young to me, so sometimes I lose my cool also, तो बेचारा कुछ नहीं बोलता.
I can imagine after what happened, वो बेचारा क्या तो बोलेगा आपको. कह रहा मैं तो बोल रहा हूँ लेफ्ट लेना है, आप सीधा चले गए.
Jokes apart, he's a very good co-driver, and I wish him all the luck, because he's still very young. He has many years of rallying in front of him. So yeah.
I'm with you behind the wheel. I wish him luck personally. But
I think he's used to it. Yeah.
Great
in fact,
conversation.
you'll be surprised. Sometimes he's telling me push. So
Karan is telling you.
yeah, so you can imagine,
I need to sit with him then probably once and understand कि भाई ये कैसे चलाता है.
Sure.
But great conversation, भैया. Thank you so much for today. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much.